Hey everyone, do you want to know how you can actually um, stay organized doing multiple stagings a week? Well, coming up, we have an amazing guest. Welcome to Home Staging TV. This is Storytale Staging inside the Home Staging TV YouTube channel. I'm your host, Tori Toth. So today we are going to be speaking with the owner and lead stager and designer of New Concept Home Staging and Redesign in Toronto, Canada. She's been in the home staging business for almost 5 years. She has a background in fashion design and was enrolled in the Ultimate Staging Academy where she received her certification. So starting on her own to now managing a team of 8 stagers who assist her staging multiple properties on a daily basis, please welcome Ariel Fu to the show. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, Tori?
I'm great, and I'm super excited to talk about this topic because people don't realize all the planning that goes in to staging and staging multiple properties has got to be even more nerve-wracking because you're moving things in and out all the time. So tell us a little bit about your business. How do you have it set up right now?
The business is pretty good. Typically, we stage 7 to 14 properties in a week, meaning sometimes we stage 2 properties in a day or even 3 properties in a day. The market in Toronto now is very hot. Of course, compared with April, it slows down. However, we're still going pretty strong.
Wow. So how many stagings did you do this week?
We have 9 staging scheduled for this week, and we have 2 for today. We have 2 for tomorrow. Next week we're pretty much doing the same.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So how did you start off? Because you didn't start off with 8 stagers. What made you decide that you needed more help and a bigger warehouse, and how did you get started?
So when I just started, it's just me myself. I'm basically one person doing everything. And then when our business grows, I realize, I really need more help helping me to do, um, you know, um, such as doing the beddings, hanging the artworks. And then when I have 4, 5 stagings in a week, and then I decided starting to look for more stager to join me to assist me on the job site. And I sometimes hire the stagers from my academy, and some of them are actually become the full-time employee with me now. So that's how I realized that I really do need help. Um, and for inventory wise, I honestly I wasn't doing smart before I joined Reza Group Buy. I typically just buy from local home sense store or retail store, but now I'm trying to buy wholesale, try to save more for that.
Yeah, yeah. So what kind of systems and processes do you have in place to make sure that every staging has the same quality?
So for that, honestly, don't excuse me for that. I'm not really good planner. I never be. How I do it is I just focus on finish my staging for today, and then when I go home, I started looking at my schedule for next day. So it depends on the job size. I started scheduling for my employees for next day, sending all the time, address, logbox code, all those information in the group chat. And then honestly, end of the day, I try relax, don't think about the next day. And then the next day in the morning, I started around 7 a.m. with my team. I have 2 assistants. I tell them to start pulling out the artwork. I mean, not artwork, I mean the lamps, area rug, bedding, pillows. Those things are not really involved for design part. And I would start selecting the furniture and labeling the furniture, sending them to my movers. I don't have in-house movers. I hire moving company constantly.
Wow.
And speaking of that, you probably wonder why I have to label and send it to my movers is because I have 2 warehouse. One warehouse is closer to where I live with all accessories. It's roughly about 3,800 square footage. It's just artwork, lamps, everything, all accessories. And then I have another location of my warehouse in Richmond Hill, which is closer to my movers, closer to most stage the properties that we start with. That's why I send those photos to the mover, and they just go there, pick up all the furniture I labeled, and load, and then go to the job site.
Yeah. So are you pulling essentially for 2 stagings a day or whatever, or how do you keep that organized?
Yes, that's how we do it. Like I said, when my assistant pulling the, beddings, all that, I label the furniture. Once the furnitures are sent to the movers, I started looking at the, photos of the property for the day. And then I started just starting design for each space. Like my habit is I love to start with bathrooms first, like powder room, main bathroom, master bathroom, even the second main bathroom. And then once I'm done that part, starting with the entrance, like console table, coffee table for living space, fireplace, family room, and then master bedrooms, all the other rest bedrooms. And then when I pulled out all the designs, I have my assistant who I scheduled to stage with my other team that I can present that day because I'm leading another team. She will take the photos, label every design, such as this specific design is for coffee table living room. And then she will send it to my team leader. And then she will take the photos for fireplace, for example, and then she will know this is going to the fireplace. So that's how we kind of manage for each staging property.
So even if you're not there, they already know how to set it up.
Yes, correct. And then when I'm taking one team, my team leader take another team. When they arrive there, let's say the movers, I'm taking the one for occupied staging, right? So my mover will go to the vacant properties. And then what they do is I send the design, I label everything in the photos, and then send it to the team leader. So she will indicate my movers to set up and place the furniture. And then she will FaceTime with me before mover leaves to make sure everything goes the way that we planned. Then once that part is done, then I schedule 2 to 4 people in the team. One is handling for accessories, one is in charge for making the bed, and one is for doing the artwork. So once they load everything and pack, my team leader will FaceTime with me, and she will actually show me how the accessory goes. And then the person who do the artwork will actually FaceTime with me as well, or sending me the photos or the video to show me if the artwork fits the space that I pre-selected at the warehouse. Same as the throw pillows, which is for the stager who actually is doing the bedding, and also the sofas. So basically, I FaceTime with them constantly, or they send me the videos while I'm staging with the team that I'm taking that day as well.
Yes. What would you do without your phone and being able to access people through video? Video is super important. Actually, you shared a video with us. I'm going to share it here. And you guys can see a little bit about, I can press this here.
Yeah, that's the accessory warehouse, actually.
Yes. And it's so pretty too.
Thank you.
You guys were able to see that. Oh yeah, you were. I'm like, you guys were able to see that, right? Yeah. So you have a team. You organize the stuff in the morning, and then so why don't you have movers yet? Why are you outsourcing that still?
I sort of run the numbers. I feel like have my in-house movers are pretty much the same cost as hiring the moving company. I feel like I'm already busy with so much stuff. I just in case, if the truck's broke down, I gotta send another, person to go fix it. I gotta spend more on that. So that's why I feel like, if I'm paying the same amount of money, why don't I just outsourcing it to the company who I can rely for, for years. Start work. I mean, we work for 3 years now, so they really know my stuff.
And are they insured separately, I guess, then?
Sorry, pardon me?
Are they insured separately? Like, or do you have to insure them too? Or
I insure my own furniture, and they insuring for the transportation if anything is damaged during delivery.
oh, well, that is pretty cool. So who's everyone on your team? Talk about different roles and positions that you have.
So for now, I have one designer, and who actually typical as my team leader take my another team, and then I have seven stagers and the staging assistants. I have two ladies are in charge for bedding. I call them department. That's just a department. So I have bedding department. I have artwork department, who they are trained really well with experience for those. And then I have one person working on our payroll. She tracks all the hours for each person every day because we have a group chat. Everyone is going to send their hours back in the group, and then she actually track down everyone's. And then she actually will send all the hours back to each of them to verify every single 2 weeks because they are paid every 2 weeks, and then she will just send it to me. Then I will just pay that. So total, that's how I have 8 people helping me.
Wow, and that's great. But that's great that you're able to find good helpers to help you create things like this. So, what was happening in this property?
This is an occupied property. We are using cellar sofa, accent chairs, coffee table, and the side table are from us. We brought it in. And then we added accessories, lamps, throw pillows, rug, and artwork because this property is already a beauty itself. It was designed by an interior designer in Toronto. However, it's just that, when it comes to sale purpose, I do feel the color before was a little bit dark. Sorry, I didn't share the before photo. It was a little bit too dark for for sale, and that's why we kind of bring the lighter color of the throw pillows and side tables, same as the lamp artwork. The reason why I replaced Sellers side table was because before it was a cherry wood side table, which doesn't feel right with the coffee table. I love Sellers coffee table, by the way.
Yeah, it's really nice, and it works well with the artwork there.
Thank you.
And I even like the rug. The rug looks like you just want to like go and touch it. Let's see. We've got some other ones here too. So do you normally do bigger houses or apartments, or just kind of
We
depends?
we're everywhere, honestly. I take condo, one bedroom condo can be 5,000 square footage luxury home. Also, in Toronto, each area, the style is very different. Like, for example, in downtown Toronto, people don't like very glamour bling style. People are more into earth tone, um, modern mid-century style, or bohemian style. So for those area, we would design specifically to fit the buyers in that area. And then back to Vaughan or Maple, Richmond Hill, people love those glamour, love those bees and bling style. Then that's when we bring in the glossy and glass texture, kind of like mirrored furniture and accessories. So we're
Mhm.
yeah, so we really depends on the area, then we design differently.
Yeah, I mean, and this looks a lot different than that last picture. This has got more of that mid-century mod
Yeah,
um, look to it. I love. Is this a built-in or no? A built-in like fireplace or no?
yeah, it's built in fireplace, and this is vacant home.
It was a vacant home, so you had to bring everything in.
Yeah.
Cool. I love that. I've got some other ones here as well. We don't have them all popped up. Let's look at this one too. So you were talking about a bed, and you have um, this bed here. I love that you use the gold accent pieces, and even that bathroom looks amazing.
Thank you.
Why do you start with the bathrooms? Like, why do you like the bathroom so much?
um it's just because typically bathroom is about, depends on the size, of course, typically it's about 3 to 4 bathrooms, so that way I don't forget. It's just kind of the habit thing in my mind, and um I don't know, just like that. And it's easier. I start with the easy part, and then moving up to the more design involved parts, such as coffee table, dining. And I do have my rule for staging. Let's say, most of the places are open concept, right? So if I use the flower for the coffee table, I don't
Mm-hmm.
typically use the flower on the dining table again. If I use the flower for living room coffee table, then I don't really use the flower for the family room coffee table. So I kind of like have them
Yeah.
separate.
Yeah. And I see that you've got like the flower right there.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to put the couch on this side versus this side? Was it just the way you walked in or something?
It's because the wall on the other side doesn't really show. It's shorter than the window part. So if we have sofa placed along the window, I mean, sorry, along the wall, then we won't have enough space for the side table. And beside, I really love this sofa. That's why this angle is how the potential buyer will walk into the space, and they are going to see that first.
Yes. I mean, because there's often times where people won't put big furniture over top of the window, but I like that this couch actually sits low,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah,
you're able to still be able to see the gorgeous, scenery out the window.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. Well, these are great. So if you had any tips for somebody who was going to be, they're kind of stuck in that middle place, right? Do they keep doing it by themselves? Do they hire a team? What was that tipping point for you? What would you say to somebody who's kind of in that scenario right now?
I would say start hiring the part time if you feel that's too much for now, because you don't want to burn yourself. Definitely need some help. And if you're too fear of having someone who join you as full time, start with the part time for sure. And um, try to work as much as you can with that person to sense if that person is a good fit for your team. So that's the advice I would give. That's how I started.
Yeah, you just kind of have to jump in, right? And say, okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna try and see what happens.
Yes, and typically I gave about a month or two to the person I hire, because I have so many people, so that's how I know if that person is a good fit for my team.
Yeah, giving them a little trial run, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm. That's awesome advice, and I thank you so much for joining us today, Ariel. And any other tips? Any other last minute tips you can think of?
For occupied home, because I am in the other stager group. People are talking about, for de-staging, most of stager work, we don't really go, right? So they were talking about when they have their team to go de-stage, they were always taking something from sellers, or they always leave something behind. So what I do now is, when we're done each property for occupied, I have one person who is always in charge for that, taking photos for each of our accessories. And then on that day, no next day, on that day, because that's how you can remember it, label everything that's ours and what is not ours, and then send it right away to our group chat. Of course, have the address for that day. And then for de-staging, whoever is going to de-stage, and then that person will just search that address and it will just pop up, because we have a specific group only for de-staging. So she
Okay.
will find the photos right away, and that's how we are not going to mix up with seller stuff, because they won't be happy sometimes when you're taking their stuff, of course.
Yes, no, they definitely won't be. And I know that that's a problem for a lot of people, and that you use the stickers. So is that a part of like your whole inventory too, where you're able to, track what's out, what's in, or?
I don't really track, honestly, because I didn't really have that system yet, but I do have my logo
Mhm.
sticker and stick
And
at
that's what you
the,
put in.
yeah, bottom, on the bottom of my accessories. But the thing is, sometimes when you use it over and over, sometimes you just lose it, and some and that's why I tell my team, please take photos for that day, and then we will label that, send it in the group chat, and then everyone knows whoever is going to de-stage, because I don't know who is going to de-stage on the de-staging day.
Yeah, yeah. That is great advice. And guys, if you have questions about how to scale up your home staging business, feel free to leave them down below, and myself or Ariel will obviously check back in and help answer or guide you to a resource that can help get the answers that you need. Ariel from New Concept Home Staging, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you have a fabulous weekend.
Thank you, you too, Tori. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Yes, thank you. And guys, thanks for watching and checking out the replay. We'll see you next week.
Bye.